blood doesn't mean loyalty. And tonight, we watched a family die in front of millions. What you're about to see isn't just wrestling. This is the moment everything you believed about brotherhood, about the bloodline, about the USO legacy gets torn apart and set on fire. I'm talking about betrayal so deep, so viscous, that when you see it, you're gonna question if you ever really knew Jey Uso at all. Because what happened on Monday Night Raw will haunt Jimmy Uso for the rest of his life. And honestly, after watching this unfold, I don't know if I can ever look at these brothers the same way again. Before we dive into this absolute destruction of a family bond, I need you to do something for me. I need you to be part of the Slamzone family, because we're the only ones brave enough to break down these moments that WWE doesn't want you to fully understand. Hit that subscribe button right now. Smash that notification bell. Because when moments like this happen, when wrestling history gets rewritten in blood and tears, you need to know about it immediately. Comment below and tell me if you saw this coming, because I promise you, 99% of you didn't. Share this video with every wrestling fan you know who thinks they understand what loyalty means. Let's get into it. The arena is absolutely electric tonight. You can feel the energy pulsing through every single person in that building. This isn't just any battle royal. This is for a shot at CM Punk and the championship. 20 superstars, one ring, winner gets everything. The stakes couldn't be higher. And standing in that ring, side by side, are Jimmy and Jey Uso, the twin brothers who've dominated tag team wrestling for years. The twins who bled together, fought together, rose to the top together. But here's what nobody's talking about. Here's what the casual fan doesn't see. For months now, there's been tension, little cracks in the foundation. Jey's been on this singles run, finding himself outside of his brother's shadow, and Jimmy's been supportive, but you could see it in his eyes. That question, that doubt. Where does that leave us? Where does that leave the brotherhood when one twin doesn't need the other anymore? The bell rings, bodies start flying, superstars are crashing over the top rope left and right. Complete chaos. You've got powerhouses trying to eliminate everyone. You've got high flyers using speed and agility. And in the middle of all this destruction, you've got the Usos working together like a well-oiled machine. They're dumping guys out one by one. Double-team super kicks sending wrestlers crashing to the outside. The commentary team is going crazy. The crowd is on their feet. Because everyone in that building believes in the power of family. Everyone believes these brothers are going to the end together. But watch Jey's eyes. Just watch them. There's something different tonight. Something cold. We're down to 12. Then 10. Bodies keep hitting the floor. The Usos are still standing tall, backs against each other, fighting off everyone who comes near them. They hit a double super kick on a charging opponent that echoes through the arena. The crowd erupts. Uso, 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 the chants are deafening. This is what wrestling is about. This is family. This is brotherhood. This is everything the bloodline was supposed to represent before Roman Reigns twisted it into something dark. 8 superstars left. The ring is getting crowded near the ropes. Everyone's exhausted. Sweat pouring down faces. Muscles burning. Every breath is a struggle. And Jimmy, loyal Jimmy, he's pointing at the remaining competition. He's strategizing with Jey. You can read his lips, you and me to the end, us. That's what he's saying. You and me to the end. Jey nods. But that nod? It doesn't reach his soul. 6 superstars remaining. The action is insane. Near eliminations everywhere. A massive competitor has Jimmy up on his shoulders, about to throw him out, and Jey comes flying in with a super kick that saves his brother. Jimmy rolls back into the ring, clutching his ribs, looking up at Jey with pure gratitude. With love. With the kind of trust that only comes from sharing a womb, sharing a childhood, sharing every major moment of your entire life. And Jey? He helps Jimmy to his feet. They embrace. The crowd loses their minds. Because this is beautiful. This is what we tune in for. 4 left. Then 3. It's down to Jimmy, Jey, and one other superstar. A mountain of a man who's not going down easy. The brothers look at each other. They know what they have to do. One more elimination, then they figure out what comes next. They charge at their opponent, hitting him with everything they've got. Super kicks, strikes, shoulder tackles. They back him up against the ropes. The crowd is standing. Everyone knows this is it. One more push and it's brother versus brother for the ultimate prize. They lift him up together. Over the top rope he goes. The third man crashes to the floor. The referee points. He's out. And now it's just family standing in that ring. The arena goes quiet. Not silent, but there's this collective holding of breath. Because what happens next defines everything. The camera zooms in on both their faces. Jimmy, still catching his breath, looks at Jey with something between pride and sadness. He knows only one of them can win, but he's okay with that. You can see it written all over his face. He's at peace with whatever comes next because they did it together. They got here together. And whatever happens, they're still brothers when this is over. That's what Jimmy believes. That's what breaks my heart. That's what makes what comes next so absolutely devastating. Jey walks toward Jimmy slowly. The crowd is chanting for both of them. Let's go Jey. Let's go Jimmy. Back and forth. The energy is insane. They meet in the center of the ring. Face to face. Twin brothers who shared everything. Jimmy extends his hand. Not to fight. To acknowledge. To say may the best man win, and I love you either way. Jey looks at that hand. And for just a second, you see something flicker across his face. Regret? Doubt? Then it's gone. Replaced by something harder. Something hungrier. Before we get to what happens next, I need to interrupt for just a second because you need to hit that like button right now. You need to subscribe to Slamzone and join this family because we break down these emotional moments better than anyone else on YouTube. We don't just call moves. We tell you what it means. We show you the story behind the story. Hit that bell icon so you never miss a moment like this. Drop a comment and let me know if you would have seen this coming. Now, back to the most painful moment in USO history. Jimmy's hand is still extended. Still waiting. The crowd is begging Jey to take it. You can hear people screaming. The tension is unbearable. Every second feels like an hour. And then Jey does take Jimmy's hand. He grabs it. He pulls Jimmy close, into an embrace. The brothers hug in the center of the ring and the entire arena erupts in applause. This is respect. This is love. This is everything right about professional wrestling. But Jey's eyes are open. And they're looking at the ropes. It happens so fast. In one fluid motion, Jey spins Jimmy around, hooks his arms, and charges toward the ropes. Jimmy's eyes go wide. Complete shock. Complete betrayal. He tries to fight back but Jey's momentum is too strong. Too determined. Too final. They hit the ropes and Jey uses every ounce of strength to flip his own twin brother over the top rope. Jimmy crashes to the floor, eliminated, and Jey stands in the ring alone. The bell rings. Jey Uso wins. But nobody's celebrating. The crowd is in complete shock. Some people are booing. Some are just standing there with their mouths open. Because we just watched a family end. We just watched trust die. Jimmy is on the outside looking up at his brother with tears in his eyes. Not from pain. From heartbreak. From disbelief. His own blood. His twin. The person he trusted more than anyone in the entire world just eliminated him without hesitation. Jey doesn't even look down. He doesn't apologize. He doesn't show remorse. He raises his arms in victory while his brother sits broken on the arena floor. The referee hands him the victory, confirming what everyone already knows. Jey Uso is going to face CM Punk for the championship. And he did it by destroying the one person who would have died for him. The replays show it over and over. The hug. The spin. The elimination. Each time it hurts worse. Each time you see Jimmy's face showing more betrayal. The commentators are speechless. What do you even say? How do you justify this? How do you explain why someone would throw away everything for one moment of glory? Here's what you need to understand. Jey Uso didn't just eliminate his brother from a battle royal. He eliminated him from his life. He made a choice that can never be taken back. In wrestling, you can script a lot of things, but that look on Jimmy's face? That's real pain. That's real betrayal. Because even in a scripted world, some moments transcend the business and become personal. This was personal. This was a line crossed that you can never uncross. CM Punk's music hits. The champion walks out to the stage, title over his shoulder, and he's watching all of this unfold with a smile. Because Punk knows. He knows that Jey Uso just sold his soul for a championship opportunity. And the thing about selling your soul? You never get fair value. Punk is standing there looking at a man who just destroyed his own family, and all he's thinking is how easy it's going to be to destroy him too. Because a man with nothing left to lose is dangerous. But a man who threw away everything for nothing? That's just sad. Jey finally looks down at Jimmy. Their eyes meet. And I swear you can see the exact moment Jey realizes what he's done. But it's too late. The bell has rung. The decision is made. Jimmy slowly gets to his feet, shaking his head. Not in anger. In disappointment. Which somehow hurts worse. He backs up the ramp, never taking his eyes off his brother. And you can see it all over his face. I would have never done this to you. I would have died before doing this to you. The crowd is still reacting, still processing. This isn't how stories like this are supposed to end. Brothers are supposed to stick together. Family is supposed to mean something. The bloodline, for all its faults, at least pretended to value loyalty. But this? This is Jey Uso saying that loyalty means nothing when opportunity knocks. This is Jey Uso proving that when it comes down to it, everyone is alone in this business. Backstage footage shows Jimmy in the hallway, head down, walking away. You can see his shoulders shaking. Officials are trying to talk to him, but he's not listening. He's somewhere else entirely. Somewhere dark. Somewhere painful. And Jey's in the ring celebrating like he didn't just commit murder. Not physical murder. Something worse. The murder of trust. The murder of brotherhood. Social media is exploding. Everyone has an opinion. Some people are saying Jey made the right choice, that this is the business and you have to look out for yourself. Others are calling him every name you can imagine. But here's the truth that nobody wants to admit: we all saw this coming. Maybe not consciously, maybe not explicitly, but deep down, we knew. Because this is what happens when you put individual glory above everything else. This is what happens when the machine tells you that being a champion matters more than being a brother. CM Punk vs Jey Uso is now official. But nobody's talking about that match. Everyone's talking about what it cost. Everyone's talking about whether any championship is worth destroying your family. And the answer, the obvious answer, is no. But Jey made his choice. He chose the belt over his blood. He chose the spotlight over his soul. And now he gets to live with that decision every single day for the rest of his life. You want to know what's going to haunt Jey? It's not going to be losing to CM Punk. It's going to be that look on Jimmy's face. That moment of betrayal. That realization that the person you trusted most in the world sees you as nothing more than an obstacle. That's going to follow Jey Uso everywhere he goes. Every time he closes his eyes, he's going to see his brother falling over that rope. Every time he hears the crowd cheer, he's going to remember that they once cheered for both of them together. Before we wrap this up, I need you to do something for me one more time. Subscribe to Slamzone right now. Hit that like button. Smash that notification bell. Drop a comment and tell me what you think about what Jey did. Was it justified? Was it necessary? Or did we just watch someone throw away everything that matters for a shot at temporary glory? Share this video with everyone who needs to understand that wrestling isn't just about moves and championships. It's about moments like this. Moments that make you feel something real. This is Slamzone, where we don't just call the action, we feel it with you. Where we understand that sometimes the most brutal matches don't involve any weapons or blood. Sometimes the most brutal moments happen when family turns on family. When trust gets shattered. When brotherhood becomes just another casualty in the pursuit of individual success. Jey Uso is going to face CM Punk. But the real battle, the one that matters, the one he can never win, is the battle against his own conscience. Against the memory of what he did. Against the look on his brother's face. And that's a match nobody ever wins.